Our first speaker is someone who is no stranger to Delta Upsilon. He has attended Dual, the Global Service Initiative, President's Academy, the Regional Leadership Academy, and Leadership Institute. He currently serves as the president of our Purdue chapter. To deliver his speech titled Mentorship, Effective Networking, please welcome Alex Hein, Purdue 2015.
Welcome. So I'd be willing to put money down saying that each and every one of you at one point in your life has heard the phrase, it's not the grades you make, it's the hands you shake. You see, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, 70% of job opportunities come throughout networking. And one of the main reasons I believe you guys are here is to network with brothers from across the country. I know one of the reasons I came here is to network with brothers from across the country. Hell, one of the reasons I joined a fraternity was to expand my social network. Well, after a few years of school, I realized that networking is more than just gaining opportunities and meeting people. Networking is a tool that, when used effectively, can be extremely powerful. If we effectively use networking to seek mentorship, we can develop ourselves into better, well-rounded individuals. Let me share an example. Throughout my entire life, I've had mentors in all ways of life. One was a guy by the name of Don Tilley. Coming into college, I was a very high performer in high school, and I almost never had to study. Well, after my first mechanical engineering exam, I really realized that I would have to start some study habits. So I reached out to Don Tilley, who then taught me how to manage my time, how to manage my social life, and also how to study. You know, from that experience with Don Tilley, I realized throughout my entire adult life, I was going to have to seek mentorship in order to grow. From that mentorship experience I had with him, I gained leadership experience in an organization that eventually led to my very first internship opportunity. So I shared with you one example. Now I want to share with you 3 reasons why I believe mentorship is important. The first, a mentor will lead us. I spoke to one of our brothers at our 100th anniversary celebration, a brother by the name of Al Parker, president of a local college. He said a mentor is important because a mentor has already made all the mistakes for us. He said seek mentorships, learn from them, as their path will guide ours. Don Tilley had already made all the mistakes for me. When I learned from his mistakes, it gave me the opportunity to grow at a much faster rate. The second reason that it is important, a mentor will see our potential. After my first exam, I didn't know if I could do engineering, but Don saw potential in me, and he coached me, and he got me back on track. I just want to do a quick show of hands. How many people here have heard of Muhammad Ali? Okay. Now, another show of hands. How many people here have heard of Angelo Dundee? Okay, quite a few less. Angelo Dundee was Muhammad Ali's boxing coach. He was the man behind the success. He coached through every fight, through every win, through every loss. Even Wayne Gretzky had a man, but his dad saw potential in him. And even the greatest quarterback of all time, that's right, Peyton Manning, has had a coach throughout his entire career that has saw potential. And even when he faltered, they brought them back on track. The third reason why mentors are important is a mentor will challenge us. They'll ask the difficult questions. A mentor knows our limits, sometimes better than we know our own. Don constantly held me accountable, constantly asked questions. And through that accountability he had for me, I was able to be successful in my first year of college. So now you know why mentors are important. I want to explain to you how to get an effective mentor. Now, there are also 3 reasons. There's 3 questions you have to ask yourself. So let's start out with our social network. These can be anybody. These can be brothers, teachers, supervisors at work. These are our social network. This is the pool we have to select a mentor. The first question you ask is who? Now, when I select a mentor, I always look at someone that's more experienced, that might be someone that's a place that I want to be, or they have been somewhere that I want to go. I latch onto them. And one thing I'd like you guys to keep in mind when looking for a mentor, be humble. Much like any relationship, there are going to be times where we will have to swallow our pride. The second question you have to ask is what? Now, you don't have to know what you want to do, where you want to end up, or even who you want to be. You have to ask, what do you want from your mentor? Do you want them to be a coach, or do you want them to be a counselor? Now, a coach will help lead us in our direction. They will guide us. A counselor will help us find our direction. Now, I've had both types of mentors, and there's no law saying that you can't have both at the same time. In fact, the more mentors you have will help grow your personal network and personal development. So you ask the question of who your mentor is. You ask the question of what you want from your mentor. The third and final question you have to ask is how or how often you want to communicate with them. Again, mentorship's a relationship. You have to be very open and honest with them up front of how you want to interact with them and how often you need to communicate with them. I've had mentors in my personal, professional, and academic life. When I was open and upfront about my expectations, the mentor-mentee relationship was always very healthy. So I gave you some tips, and I gave you reasons why mentorship's important. I want to issue you guys 2 challenges. The first challenge, you guys are here at LI to meet people and network. Leverage those networks. There's people here from all across the country in all stages of career and life. As Bernard Franklin said earlier, if you get a business card, keep in touch, stay with them. You know, you never know where your relationship's gonna go. And remember, a mentor can always learn just as much as a mentee can learn from them. The second challenge is to the undergrads going back to their chapters. I see many young leaders out here. You guys are very capable. Now, to be a good mentor, you don't have to be the president of your fraternity or even on the exec board. You can be an excellent brotherhood chair or an excellent butter-ups chair. So find an associate member, mentor them. Teach them how to be a better man. Teach them how to be a better officer. Teach them how to give back to the community. And if you see one of your brothers struggling, step in and help them out. Now, that's our duty as brothers, and sometimes it'll be difficult, but progress has never been easy. Lastly, I'd like to say, I've given you reasons why you should seek mentorship. I've given you tips on how to select an effective mentor, and I've challenged you. You guys are here. Leverage your network. Learn from them. As Isaac Newton said, if I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. Our mentors are those giants. So go out, grow your network, seek mentorship, and never, never stop improving. Thank you.